Greetings, everyone. It is Isaac Wells, the voice of Internet's Skeletor. You're watching Dragonfire Entertainment. And remember, listening to a podcast before bedtime is the adult version of story time. Until we meet again.
Hey everybody, Wildman Wes here, and welcome to our Cinco de Mayo episode of What's Your Poison? I know it's been a while since St. Patrick's Day's episode. I did film a couple episodes back a couple months ago, but the problem is I started a new job, and due to the restraints of time and energy, I haven't gotten around to putting them up, so they're going to be considered lost episodes. But I digress. So today's episode, it was a little hard this year to find a lot of Mexican-themed beers. I didn't have much of a selection for said-inspired beers, other than the imports, but we have talked about those imports a lot in the past few years. So I made do with what I have, and I stand before you with 3 inspired beers, and we're going to see exactly what they bring to the table. So that being said, let's pop them open. First up today from Leinenkugel, we have the Liney Lodge Lime. This is a 4.7% Mexican-inspired lager with lime and natural flavors. I'm a little leery about it, I'll be honest, because there are some Leinenkugel flavors I'm actually very particular on. However, I have heard from people that I've known throughout the years, when it comes to their fruited ales, it's a hit or a miss. Some of them are a little overpowered, some of them are a little watered down. Me personally, I used to like the Berry Weiss, but then I started feeling like it was a little too berry heavy. They're just way too berry for me. However, when it came to the Juicy Peach that they have, that one's not too bad. Some people have said it's a little watered down, and I totally understand why they might say that. However, with this, with lime is kind of one of those fruits that is... It's hard to hit perfectly. So it says, at our pilot brewery at the Liney Lodge, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, we crafted this Mexican-style lager to be a perfect year-round escape. Liney Lodge Lime is juicy and crisp with natural lime flavor and perceived notes of salt, giving you the bright, refreshing taste of a relaxing getaway anytime, anywhere. Well, that's a lot to promise. It's very light so far, very clean. Really good head consistency on that. Good carbonation on those bubbles. Very transparent, I like that already. Okay, I'm smelling lime. Now, here's where it's going to get a little bit leery for me. It smells like a Bud Light with lime. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I'm just saying it smells exactly like it, so I'm already nervous. But here we go. Okay, a little misjudgment. It doesn't taste exactly like a Bud Light with lime. It smells like it. This is hard to describe. It's not a bad beer. It's not watered down. I'm wondering if it's like a mix between the malt and the limes. I'm not sure if they put too much lime in this or too much malt, but the flavor it's very coating, and it's just I'll have another sip. I gotta figure out what's going on with this. Yeah, not gonna lie, this is kind of messing with my stomach. The flavor profile, it's not horrible, it's just not for me. I would say if I was going to try this for the first time at a bar, it would be a one and done. And this again is going to be a one and done. For the grade on this one, I know what they tried to do. And I appreciate that they tried to do something different from their lineup that they've had over the various amount of years that I've experienced what they've had. I'm sorry, Leinenkugel. I'm 2 3/4 out of 5 pows. This one was tough for me. This one was really tough, but I still appreciate all the lineup that you have, and it's not going to stop me from having some of the other beers that you put out. So that being said, I'm going to finish this as fast as possible because we still have 2 more beers to review today. So, alright, see you soon. Up next today from Cross Train Brewing in La Vista, Nebraska, we have Tan Limes. This is a 4.8% lager with limes. So, similar to the ABV that we had with the Liney Lodge Lime, so it's pretty much a patio pounder. I'm a little leery because the first beer we had was but let's read the description and let's figure out what we got in store for us. Experience a refreshing twist on tradition. This crisp lager with just the right amount of lime added will transport you to your favorite summer hangout. Whether you're soaking up the sun or unwinding with friends, this thirst-quenching brew is the perfect companion for any occasion. I'll be the judge of that. Alright, and I'll be honest, folks, I'm still reeling after that first beer. My stomach is kind of going oof, so I'm hoping for a better experience with this one. So we're getting very similar look, color, head consistency with Tan Limes. This one definitely has the lime. It doesn't like boom right in your face, which I like that. I feel that this is going to be a little bit of a better experience. Even the malt on this one is not as heavy. Alright, well, here we go. Yeah, okay. This one definitely... I like this one. I like this one because it's almost a combination between a lager and a sour. Because you do get that heartiness of the lager, but you also, as it says, the thirst-quenching experience, the citrus in here, the lime flavor. It's making my mouth water a little bit. I'm actually puckering a little bit because of the sourness or the acidity, and I like that because sours are one of my favorite styles. And lagers aren't necessarily my all-time favorite, but I do enjoy a good lager when they're on tap. And the combination of the two on this one is definitely a positive experience. I wouldn't say this is a one and done. I would have a couple of these. I wouldn't say I'd be drinking it all night, but I would dare say that I would definitely have this during the daytime. Mainly due to the fact with the ABV being 4.8, being considered a patio pounder, this is definitely a daytime beer. You can drink it at night, but I would recommend having this during the day when the sun is out and it's just refreshing. So when it comes to the grade on this one more sip just to be on the safe side, right folks? Come to think of it, it almost tastes like an alcoholic Gatorade. Athletes are going to be going crazy for that one. But anyways, grade-wise, I would say at least a 3.5 out of 5. This one definitely redeems the lime-flavored lager from earlier, and like I said, this is not a bad beer at all. It's not perfect.
But you're either perfect or you're not me. There's no gray area.
But it's very tasty, and I recommend this one. I really haven't had a lot of cross-train brewing lineups, so I look forward to seeing what they might have in store at my neck of the woods. So that being said, I'm going to finish this, and we've got one more beer for today. Closing out our Cinco de Mayo episode today from Single Speed Brewing in Waterloo, Iowa, we have one margarita. This is a 5.4% ABV margarita-inspired sour with lime and sea salt. Now, I had to try this one. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to be very honest about this one, because there are times where I probably have had one of another beer before, and I haven't had it in a long time, and yeah. This is the full honesty of Wild Man West right here. For those playing the home game and have been around for a while, you probably have noticed I am a huge fan of trop rock. I've been a parrot head longer than I might care to admit, but at the same time I still love the music. For those of you that haven't seen, you should scroll through some of the videos on Dragonfire Entertainment. I did do some promotional work for a trop rock band of Johnny Rustler and the Beach Bums back in 2019 when they had their Cheeseburger in Caseville concert in Caseville, Michigan. I had a blast. I love seeing those guys. I miss them. I can't wait to see them, hopefully in September when they come to Bettendorf, Iowa. But I digress on that one. We got to read the description on this can. It says, carefully crafted as the perfect pairing for each of the following: ice blue skies, shades on the eyes, floating docks, Buffett and Marley songs. Here's to making time for just one more barefoot round. I just, the description alone just makes me smile. And I love me a good margarita. I love me a good sour. And I am excited. I'm really hoping good things for this one. Ooh. Slightly cloudy. It definitely has that margarita look to it already. Oh yeah, that looks beautiful from here. I can't wait to smell it though. Excuse me a moment. Sorry you had to see that, folks. The smell on this, very reminiscent to a margarita, and who am I kidding? I gotta have a sip now. Enough stalling. Wasted away again with single speed beer. We don't need to find the salt for this one. This is a sour that I could drink any day of the week, twice on Sunday, and ooh. The fact is, it comes off very sour, but not to the point where it wrecks your palate. Because a lot of sours out there are palate wreckers, and this one does not wreck the palate. I mean, hang on there. I'm salivating the more I drink this. They knew what they were doing. It's got a really great hint of lime in there. The sea salt is perfect. I'm wondering if this was brewed with some sort of tequila cask, because I'm definitely getting notes of a smokiness of tequila and the bite, and it definitely tastes like a margarita should. Yeah, I know people are probably gonna say, Wes, you're biased, it's from Iowa, but you wanna know something? Iowa knows how to make some pretty damn good beers too, and you wanna know something? This one, 5 out of 5, because when it comes to sours, when it comes to beers that are inspired by a cocktail, a lot of them screw it up. I'm getting on my high horse. Hefe would be happy about this one right now. I'm getting on my high horse. I have tried so many cocktail-inspired beers that most of them I just want to pour down the toilet because they don't do it right, or they try to make it too boozy. This one, 5.4%, little higher than your patio pounder. And it has that boozy flavor of a margarita, and yet it's refreshing. It's something you can sip on. It's a sipper and a sour sipper. A beautiful concoction. That is the Wild Man Wes approval of a damn good beer. 5 out of 5. Leaving it at that. Well, after I had that little tirade, we hope you enjoyed this episode of our Cinco de Mayo and Mexican-inspired beers today. If you've had these before and you agree with the things I said for the review, leave a thumbs up. If you've had them and you don't agree, you can leave a thumbs down too. I totally understand. Also, make sure you share on social media. Most importantly, push that little red button and ring the bell for instant updates. Make sure that you check out my boy Hefe at Beer You, Beer Me, and Beard Wizard Man with all of their beer-related content as well. Also, if there are beers out there that you would like me to try to review, leave them in the comments section below. I'll try to look for them, because my stores out here in the Quad Cities, we do find some interesting things, but I also have the Tavor app, and they have had some interesting stuff on there that I am very interested to try. And not just that, but Hefe's Taxman Brewing, they've got some stuff on there too, and I'm excited for that as well. Until then, I'm Wild Man Wes, and we will see you next time on any of the content we have here on Dragonfire Entertainment. Stay tuned for those lost episodes I filmed a while back, and the new project we're going to be working on soon of bad movies that were made in the States. Because I'm excited, because I haven't reviewed a bad movie in a long time, and, well, better late than never, right? See you soon.